Greetings and welcome to this week's episode of Life with Tanya L. I am your host, Tanya L., and I must ask you, how are you doing? How are you enjoying this wave called life, this journey called life? Let's all just breathe for a minute because life can be something else, can it? It really can. But at the same time, we have to remember it's very interesting. And I think that's what we're just going to talk about today. Life. Yeah, life. Life itself. You know, a lot of times we can look at other people's lives and we might think it's all glittering gold and we have it so hard on our journey and etc. But when it looks, messy and hard, remember the times when it was good. You have to balance it. Because somebody else, their life might look rosy, but you don't know what it was before that, or you don't know what they're going through underneath the surface. Because that person might look like they have everything, they're happy, they got money, they got wealth, they got homes, they travel, all these things, and they're depressed. We never know what somebody is going through. So we can't look at the outside and think it's all beautiful and glamorous because there's balance in everything. And just like you might see somebody that might, seem like they're struggling or they're not wealthy, they're poor, they don't know where their next meal is going to come from. They might even be homeless. But that person has such a joy about them, such a contentment about them. It's because they're present in the moment. And that's a key factor. It's about being present in the moment. Knowing that that moment is there. We don't know how long it might last. The struggle might last. The storm might last. The joy might last. The happiness might last. We don't know how long it shall last. But we know one thing for sure, that this too shall pass. And you have to know how to stand in that moment and tell yourself this too shall pass. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling that you can't take what life is throwing at you, if you're tired and ready to give up, remember, this too shall pass. And that you're never given more than you can handle. And I know that is such a cliche term. I've heard it so many times. I've had to remind myself of that so many times. I've said it to other people so many times. But it's a reality in that. The universe will not give you more than you can handle. So when it feels like the pot is percolating and you feel like you're about to explode and you can't take the pressure no more, just know that the universe is making you and you are made for that moment. Just stand in it, own it, and know that this too shall pass because you have the strength to stand in it and see what the outcome is going to be. That's the joy in it all, seeing the outcome. Because a lot of times you go through some BS. And then in the outcome, you get some blessed with something. You're like, oh my gosh, I had to go through that for this. Life is a twist. I tell you. Life is a twist. But one thing I have learned on this journey called life, and I've had what some would call a hard life, I've learned to count it all joy, no matter what, because I know that it's making me stronger. Everything I went through in life, it made me stronger. It made me the woman I am today, and I'm proud of that because I went through some storms. I've actually had people tell me, like, I'm glad I was not given the life you were given. And I said, hey, that's fine and good. At times I had to question it too. Like, why was I given this? Like, did I really make an agreement to go through this right here? Like, I didn't make an agreement to go through these, whatever. I might have made an agreement to better myself and to achieve certain things and do this, but I didn't know that it was going to take these plots and twists and turns to get there. But I'm grateful for the journey. And that's it. You just have to own it and stand in it. Be grateful for everything, no matter what it might seem like. Be grateful because there's somebody somewhere that got it worse. There is someone somewhere that wish they had your life, as that might seem. That's something to really think about. Last year, I think that was the most craziest year I've ever had. I'm just going to say it like that. I wouldn't even say it was the crazy. It was the most unbelievable year I had. I'm talking about the entire year. And I went through a cancer journey that left me hospitalized for 6 weeks. Laying flat on my back, could not walk, move my feet. Doctors didn't think I'd ever walk again. Physical therapists didn't think I'd ever walk again. And basically, they were ready to place me in hospice. I was told by the doctor, me and my daughter were told this. Yeah, your mom, just prepare. You got 6 months to a year. And in that moment, I will never forget it because it was Mother's Day weekend. And in that moment, as I lay in the ICU, and I could feel myself leaving here, I was content. It's like, and Mom, I'm like, okay, who have I, do I need to forgive anybody? Anybody need to forgive me? How's my life been? All these things. But I had to be present in that moment and just say, it is well with my soul. All is well. And it was a contentment that even the doctors, they were all baffled at. Like, okay, why is she so content? And why? I'm like, hey, however I'm going to go, I'm going to go. Because this is not my home. But while I'm here, I'm going to be present and content. Because we don't know how we're going to go. We don't know what life is going to throw at us next. Like I told myself, I said, cancer might take me out. Something else might take me out. Who knows? We don't know when we're going to go. We don't know how we're going to go. But be content. And one thing that got me through, and I had to say it to myself often, and I was grateful for the nurses and my therapists that would repeat it with me, was this too shall pass. Because mind you, I think it was 4 months, almost 5 months not being able to walk. I had to go through walking again, learning how to walk again. And still in the process of rejuvenating my muscles and my nerves and my legs and my feet and getting it together. But either way, it's like that contentment that comes when you are present in the moment, knowing that this too shall pass. But learn from it and in that moment absorb it and be it. Because that's where the strength comes in that carries you. So I'm saying this to say that no matter what you're going through, find that power within yourself. That power that is the true you. That power that created you. That power that is you and works through you. Absorb that power. Knowing that that is the true you. Don't look at the physical and all that's around you. Find that power within you. And you suck it up. Stand 10 toes down, whether you could stand or not. Just see yourself standing 10 toes down. Knowing that you are created for this. You have been conditioned for this. You have gone through the fire to be refined. And no matter what, it's preparing you for what's coming ahead of you. Whatever is ahead of you, whatever you're going through now in this now moment is preparing you for that. That is the beauty in it. Knowing that this is all illusion in its own way. And to always stay present in the now moment. You can remember those memories of things you've been through and etc. because that helps to keep you strong and, reminds you of where you come from. But don't stay there. And if there's something there in that past that's still present with you, that still affects you, then you need to heal that. You need to go and heal that. No matter how it might look. Hey, if it's through prayer, spiritual guidance, through therapy, get the help you need to help yourself heal from your past so that you can live in the now moment. Because that helps the pressure be less intense when it comes. Because I know the things I've been through, if I did not go through getting therapy and also working on myself to help me heal my past, that experience would have been a whole nother level. Healing the past helps. Because it, like I said, when you get that percolator effect where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't take the pressure. A lot of that is because a lot of other baggage and other stuff is in the present moment that you're not as free as you could feel going through the pressure. It's time to release and just enjoy life. No matter what. And also remember that this too shall pass. Peace, beloveds. Well, we have come to the end of this episode. However, I would like to thank each of our listeners for tuning in. I hope the information shared will be helpful to you. Subscribe to Life with Tanya L on all podcast platforms and visit my website, tanyal.com, for more nuggets. Stay blessed until next time. Peace.